Absolutely. Well, let's get into the game, guys. It is going to be DRX versus XLG, and to take it away, we'll throw it over to the casters, Shift and Avril.
Thank you, my friend. Thank you, my friend. Let's get this thing underway. Pistol round Haven, best of one action. And it's always so fun because both teams a little bit of a hoop-hop hooray as we jump on into the action from behind us. And looking at the compositions here, ooh, ISO going to be in play here for XLG. They've ran this before, but it does, again, put a lot of pressure onto Happy and Ararga to kind of set these up for executes.
Yep, so double duelist coming through. Talked about the deadlock potential for the side of DRX. Not going to be the case. Australian not going to be installing the roster. Viper there for Flicker. And straight to the mid we go for XLG round one.
This is a fresh take for XLG on the way into B. Shut down immediately by Mecca, who's able to find a little bit of space. And more importantly, Flicker in the corner, never fully revealed. So a free first blood and a quick rotation now for XLG to over to C.
Yeah, the DRX is ready for that. Already coming through into CT. Viva's got Marco. This is looking really nice so far, 4 versus 3, and they should have, you would think, the site control.
Yeah, good next challenge, though, from Flicker. Brings the numbers back to a 3v3. Long lurk on the way for Voya, who does find one, but they lose the spike planter inside the C site. So it's on to the new guy, the substitute and the coach. 1v2 situation against Hyunmin and Flicker, the new guy on the roster. Little shoulder comes out to Hyunmin. Easy headshot for the opening pistol going to DRX.
Voya being tested round one here to see if his skills are still sharp enough to hang at the top level here at EWC. Because we have to talk about the fact that this is BO1's. Strats can come through, surprising opponents. You got a moment to really play unorthodox. This would be it. Watching KC run through, especially in that second half versus G2.
Unreal.
Really tells you that in the BO1s, at least starting day BO1s, I know some people are concerned about BO1s here, just on the first day. You have to be very vigilant about these sorts of situations.
And that's the biggest thing, is like you have a lot of time to prep up for these matches to kind of predict and guess how things go in terms of the vetoes and what your opponents are going to play. As Flicker already showing his potential, literally a little spam through the smoke with Bane is allowed to get the first blood.
Too easy.
That, Voya is also going to be tagged off the A main, so just not a lot of space here for XLG to work with.
Happy for the most part as well, just to leave free. Solo onto A, a little bit of backup now for him. Human as Marco goes tucking himself away in mid. He's going to be able to see a lot here, but he can't hear anything. He just doesn't have any of this audio. Oh, he has no clue.
But there it is. Easy pop-up, and Mako will turn that into a double. Raga responds, but again, with the limited amounts of purchase that they were able to bring into the round, your hopes are low.
Yeah, it's
really
not gonna
good
work.
Snake bite over the top from Flicker in that cyber trap. And yep, defenses here trying to suffocate the play, and nothing will happen. Near flawless there for DRX, really clean stuff.
Seen Raga pull off some magic before, but not that particular round. Marco putting himself in the right spot there. Obviously didn't have the initial info, but all he has to do is look around, stand up for 1 second, sees the entire push coming on through, and that's going to be that. I was going to say, though, on the A side, leaving freeing for the most part. Happy to be alone. They're playing off that Viper as well if he needs some support. Somewhere out will be DRX playing 3 towards the A on side, ready to receive. Look at XLG. All stacked up and ready to go. First gun round on board.
Yeah, and keep an eye on what you have in terms of weaponry for DRX. Judge in play for Flicker, who's going to take that into Garage. So you got a triple setup for DRX, trying to get a little bit aggressive over towards A main. Recon dart in towards that main lobby, and Hyunmin actually able to follow up with the first blood. You've got Mako looking to get aggressive, and a 1-for-1 trade there is really impressive for DRX.
Well, Mako only brought a pistol, so he's the one guy that can go aggressive, not drop a weapon over for the enemy team. So now they have all the info to play through. Still going to push on through as see the double tap being popped here.
Doesn't matter too much if he drops a weapon if they're in full purchase. So, numbers are good.
No, I like to upgrade from Classic to Ghost. So actually, excuse you. Just saying.
Yeah, that's fair, that's fair. But trouble here for XLG. They do still have the ISO available, but no utility to play with. So, it's going to be one of those, you have to just frag out if you're going to get onto site here for XLG.
Still a lot of time to play through here. You can pop through, trap wire, hopefully drag a few players up from A, allow then the other 2 members to start moving in, but DRX is just not really biting. I mean, you've lured Human over. This won't be enough, you'd think.
Oh, the thing is, you still have the Viper's wall here for the defense at A main.
30 seconds left.
Yeah, Cage on top of that.
There's the Viper's wall. Allows a little bit of a swing for Bane, who's going to put himself into the corner. Happy, not expecting it. Bane will actually snap for 2. Impressive stuff. Reek finishes things off, and that's going to be A bonus round converted for DRX, free weapons upgraded, everything cooking right now for the defense.
Too easy for Bane just to tuck away in that corner, play off Freeing taking first contact, wall plus cage, not enough members being drawn off from DRX. They just have the members to play through and spread on the map. They only lost Marco, it's not a big deal. And now, a bit of a troubling situation for XLG. Do you want to note that first blood though, Raga being down early, you want to see your star player on your first gun round, get something done here, but it'll be a rough one.
Yeah, great start for DRX. Back to the Sheriff upgrades for XLG, trying to find some headshot magic.
I don't believe Flicker revealed the judge either.
Did not.
Yeah, that's going to be a good one. It's another human first blood. That is really gross.
And it's just off of these little cheeky plays. Like it's a dart cover at the backside of A lobby, a Sova dart, and then a peek. I mean, it's, I won't say day one strategies, but pretty darn close. Mako finds two, just peeking over towards mid. Flicker's getting bored. And now he's getting excited. And a flawless round for DRX. 4-0 up. Nothing, really no sweat at all.
No, I mean, we saw a near flawless before. Now we got the actual flawless in there. I mean, that's what we expect in these rounds. DRX has just been completely perfect so far. These first 4 rounds. Aside from the first round, I mean, we got down to a 2 versus 1, but aside from that, DRX looking good. This is an important round 5 now. Not seeing attack pause come through just yet, but for XLG, you better know that to save your economy, this is the one.
After this round, if they drop this one, Kev, I'll put my house on it. XLG calls a timeout.
Yeah, maybe they're expecting them to do something with a half bite a little bit later on, but for this particular round, I'm still eyes on what we can get out of this XLG squad. Straight into mid. That's going to be the clone pop in the trap wire.
Well, they've committed the shield from ISO in this, so this is going to be a commitment to get out of sight. There's the paranoia to cut across the site. Yun Min, fast lane up, freeing able to find one on the cross, 1-for-1 exchange. Spike trying to get planted, but XLG feeling the pressure, has to back off. Finding a follow-up elimination, though, does give them the sanctuary of at least the front side of the site. Aggressive peek coming through as Freeing continues to out-trade, at least on the other side of the site. This time eventually put down by Coconut, but Mako, who's often been the first blood for DRX, is now stuck in what would have to